Oh, hello, hello, and welcome back to my channel, Positivity in Motion, where I share tips on preparing for the week ahead with positivity. Last week, I talked on changing your imaging faculty, what you see in your mind and believe in your thoughts, and a little about manifesting. I asked the question, when things don't go the way that you want, what were you expecting? I mean, what were you really expecting? And I did not share why I made that statement. I made that statement because your expectation plays a large part in what you receive. That it's important to believe and expect only the best with no negativity. And although it can be difficult, it is a skill when practice that can be achieved. Just want to point that out and clear that up. So I'm sharing with you writings from Florence Scovel Shinn, The Game of Life and How to Play It, in case you want to pick up the book. It was inexpensive and I found it to be a pretty good read. Now, she goes on the premise that life is a game, and in order to play the game successfully, it's important to have knowledge of spiritual law, and that the Old and New Testament give some basic guidelines on the game with wonderful clarity, in that Jesus Christ Himself taught that life is of giving and receiving. Now, don't get turned off as I said Jesus Christ. I am a Christian. I do understand not everyone is. I believe, however, that what I have to share, you can still benefit from and find value that can support you in winning at the game of life. I'm using this opportunity to share what I've picked up from studying many different materials, including Scovel Shinn's writings. Things that help me learn how to successfully play the game of life that I'm sharing, hopefully, that you too can benefit from and find abundant love, prosperity, and conquer some of the things that may be holding you back from receiving and achieving your best life. Now, what I found in her writing is that her ideas were simple, and many of them were strategies and things that I already used and already believe, and that many of them follow basic Bible scripture. Florence Scovel Shinn is known as a spiritual teacher and a metaphysics teacher. Just wanted to give you a little understanding of who she is. Now, metaphysics is the branch of psychology that studies the fundamental nature of reality. It includes principles of being or existence, space and time, cause and effect, necessity, actuality, and even possibility. So, let's get in motion. The game of life and how to play it, according to Shinn. Most people consider life a battle, don't we all? But according to Shinn, life is not a battle, it's a game. Christ taught that it was a great game of giving and receiving. Whatsoever you give, you're going to reap. This means that whatever is sown and is sent out in word or deed will return to us. What we give, we receive. If we give hate, we'll receive hate. If we give love, we'll receive love. If we give criticism, we'll receive criticism. If we lie, we'll be lied to. And if we cheat, we'll be cheated on. Now, I know that things happen to us that are beyond our control, but I'm talking about what we do and what we put out is what's going to be returned. That's what this is about right now. Now, she also shares that our imaging faculty, which I strongly believe, plays a leading part in the game of life. That a person with an imaging factor trained to image only good, brings into their life every righteous desire of their heart. To create a positive imaging faculty, it's like she shared cutting every day at a picture. We're looking at the picture and we're constantly cutting it, trying to perfect it to meet our own creation of what we're looking for. And as we continue cutting, that one day we have our perfect creation that we present to the outer world. And that to train the imaging faculty successfully is similar to that. We must practice, practice, practice on being positive, and we must also understand the working of the mind. Now, the Greeks shared, know thyself, and that's important that each of us know ourselves. And Buddha shared, take care of each moment, and you will take care of all time. Time is very important. We have to find time to work the things that help or that will help bring us about to be the best that we can be. Practice, practice, practice on changing and improving your imaging faculty. Now, and taking care of the mind is also important to understand how it works. There are three dimensions of the mind, and we talked about them last week. We talked about the subconscious, the conscious, and the superconscious mind. Now, the subconscious is simply a power without direction. It's like a stream or electricity, and it does what it is directed to do. It has no power of induction. If you know nature, streams follow the flow. If the water's going downstream, everything's going downstream. If it's going upstream, everything is going upstream. Excuse me. Same thing with electricity. As powerful as it only works when we activate it. We want light, we flip the switch, but you won't see it acting on itself. That's the subconscious. It's simply power without direction. When we feel deeply and have clear images, it's impressed upon our subconscious, and the subconscious will carry it out in the minutest detail. That's why learning and knowing thyself and changing the imaging factor on what you think, what you believe is so important. What you can visualize, see, is the subconscious. Now, the conscious department of the mind has been called mortal and carnal. It's the human mind, and it's our friend, but it's not always friendly. It sees life as it appears to be, and it sees everything from a somewhat darkened negative. It tries to keep you in check to bring you back to reality. It sees death, sickness, poverty, limitation of every kind, and it impresses those thoughts on the subconscious mind, which is free. And most of us like to be free. Now, the superconscious is the God mind within each of us. It is the realm of perfect ideas. There is a divine design in each one of us, a perfect pattern, a place that you are to feel, something that you are to do, which no one else can do. This comes to us from the superconscious mind. It literally flashes thoughts across the conscious mind. And of course, the conscious mind, being mortal and carnal, receive those thoughts and sometimes shares with us, oh, that's unattainable, or it's something that's too good to be true, or that maybe we cannot even accomplish that particular task. When in reality, it's man's true destiny and destination that flashes before him. It's infinite intelligence within him, his own. It is said that desire is infinite wisdom, infinite intelligence. God is who I like to say is directing, tapping on the door of your mind, trying to give you greater good. Haven't you ever had an idea of something that you thought you could do? Maybe it came to you in a dream or something you just thought of. And when it came to you, you were so excited and you were going to take the challenge. You were going to try it. That's your superconscious mind. But then all of a sudden, a little voice says, "Are you crazy? You're not going to be able to do that. Why do you think you're going to be able to do that? Who do you think you are?" Well, that's the conscious mind at work. When we need to rely on the subconscious, which is merely power without direction, or our superconscious to guide us to the realization that sometimes the impossible things that flash across our mind from the superconscious is actually something that can be obtained, and actually reached. Remember, according to Matthew 19:26, with God all things are possible. Now, you may have a different source as your supreme, but for me, my superpower is God. What's important and what I want you to know is working on your imaging faculty and believe that nothing is impossible, that you can do it. Get your mind right. Change your imaging faculty and just move in the direction and you will be directed. So, what is the object of the game of life? The object of the game of life this week is to see clearly your good and to obliterate all mental pictures that does not support that idea. You must work on impressing positivity on your subconscious mind with the realization of good, remembering that every thought, every word is impressed upon it and carried out in amazing detail. Now, I'm human. I know we're going to get negative thoughts. They're going to come. That's just reality. I'm not saying that they're not going to come. I'm not saying that you're not going to be disappointed sometimes, because we are. Life on this side can be very, very consciously reminding us of what reality is. And a lot of times it's not always positive. But what I am saying is that when those negative thoughts come, we have to replace the negativity with something positive. Don't just give up. Speak and seek positivity. Speak positive words aloud if you have to, with power and conviction. I can do this. I demolish every untrue conscious thought that is trying to change my imaging faculty. This power is within me and I know I can do it. And it's also in your imaging faculty. So, practice, practice, practice on improving your imaging faculty. Read books, listen to podcasts, listen to music, whatever you need to do to make sure you are accentuating the positive and obliterating and canceling out all negativity. Next week, we'll be reviewing the chapters of the book. I'll be sharing more specifics from Shin's writing. We've kind of concluded the introduction and these two sessions, and now we're moving on. I hope that you found something in this session today. Anything, if it was just one thought, one idea, one word, something that can help you realize that you already have everything that you need inside of you to succeed on this side. I hope you wake up every day this week knowing that you can create something amazing on this day. Have a fantastic week. Positivity and motion. Peace out.